Coach Tyler D with X Active Fitness. Just wanted to shout out to you real quick about the Beachbody Challenge, the challenge packs, all that stuff that I'm always posting about. I know you always see it, you always see me tagging. Lately it's been the T25, that new program from Shaun T. Very impressed with that, but I just wanted to take a second to explain the Beachbody Challenge a little bit more, what it is. And first off, I just wanted to explain a little bit of who I am, because most of you probably have no clue who this guy is that's always talking about this and why the challenge is so important to me. My name's Tyler Davis. I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana, born and raised, other than the 2 years that I spent in Orlando, Florida, going to college. Went to Wayne High School, didn't play sports, wasn't into sports. My sport was partying, for real. Like, if partying had, like, I'd have lettered in that if that was a possibility. That's pretty much what I did. I went to work, went to school, and partied hard. That's where all my paychecks went. The reason I say that is because that developed the lifestyle that I found myself in for years. I was always a little chubby, a little overweight in school, but nothing drastic till I went to college, sitting on my butt. I went for audio engineering. We had crazy hours. I would suck down Mountain Dews, pizza, everything. My eating habits were horrible. Everything about it was just bad news. So before I knew it, I had created a lifestyle, alcohol, weed. I smoked weed for 12 years, and which led to even worse eating habits, and alcohol and everything like that. All right, long story short, a couple things happened that made me finally realize that it was time to make some changes. Friday night, up making music, drunk like usual, get a phone call, stepmom. My dad, 56 years old, laid down to take a nap, passed away. Just like that, 56, dead, gone. We're at his funeral, and we're standing there with a collage my brother made of old photos of my dad and things like that, and no joke, about 6 people said, "Man, I forgot how big your dad was. You look just like him." And they weren't saying that, saying, "You're fat," but what they just, were pointing out that I look just like him, and then after the 6th time, I caught myself, I hang my head low, and I realized something. Dude, you can't see your toes. I'm looking down at a belly. I can't see no toes. So the next thing I look over at is my dad laying there in a casket, gone, dead. Now at this time I had 2 little boys, so some serious thinking was going on. Soon after that, I got a DUI. I'm on my way to Taco Bell about 2 a.m. trying to get my Nacho Bel Grande on. I don't know. Anyway, those 2 things, laying in a jail cell for about 8 hours, staring up at the ceiling, thinking about everything, it was time to make some changes. And my wife knew I wanted to do P90X. It was something that I had talked about, but like most things at that stage of my life, I talked about a lot of things. Did I take action? No. I still didn't take action. Well, for Christmas, my wife surprised me with P90X. Little did either one of us know, she just changed our whole life. Because soon after that, I got started. And then soon after that, my coach, a guy named Frank, he was my team Beachbody coach, reached out to me about Shakeology. And I had told him what was going on, and he basically put it to me tough love style. You either make some changes or you're going to keep dealing with the same stuff. So I ordered my Shakeology, did my P90X. P90X became my new drug of choice. It helped me stay sober, it helped me stay accountable. But with the accountability came the challenge group. The challenge group that my coach put me into is what made all the difference. There was other people going through P90X, going through the same stuff I was, dealing with the same stuff, couldn't do push-ups, couldn't do pull-ups, didn't know what to eat, but we shared together in our challenge group, and we kept each other accountable, and we checked in every day, and a lot of days we'd take sweaty pictures, staying accountable. And that's what the challenge group is all about. That's why it's so important to be part of the challenge group. And that works for a lot of people. That worked for me. That ain't gonna work for everybody. If you're a member of a gym and you're getting results, that's awesome. If you have a personal trainer, that is awesome. It's all about what you find that works. For me, I didn't like going to a gym. I didn't have money for a trainer. I had this program, I had a TV, I had a DVD player, and I had a little spot in a room that I could work out. So that's what I did. And then I had this challenge group. And that changed my whole life. And that's why I'm so passionate about offering these challenge packs to everybody. Because these challenge packs are a full Beachbody fitness program like P90X, Insanity, T25, Body Beast, combined with Shakeology. And Shakeology is the healthiest meal of the day. It's easy, it's quick. I make it for breakfast, I drink it on the way to work, done, boom, and I got all the vitamins, minerals, probiotics, healthy enzymes, everything you could have, done, already in my system. Then I check in with my challenge group, and that's what it's all about. You combine those, and Beachbody put them in a challenge pack because if you buy a program and Shakeology separate, you're spending over $250. Most of the challenge packs are $205 or less. And a lot of times you get free shipping if you with it. So, I mean, come on now. It's a no-brainer. And that's why I'm always posting about it. That's why I'm passionate about it. Plus, the Beachbody Challenge is real stuff. Beachbody gives away money. They flew me and my wife out to Vegas in 2012, and I was blessed to be the winner of the Shakeology transformation for that year. You know, they gave me a total of $26,000 for doing this. For all the stuff that I told you about, just for changing my life and doing what I needed to do anyway. They gave me money for that. They can give you money for that. If that's your goal, make that your goal. I wrote it down in writing, and it happened. You can make it happen once you believe. So I would love to speak with you about getting your challenge pack, starting on your journey, being your coach. And you might even want to become a coach. That's the whole goal of this, is finding people that just want to be positive and help others change their lives. Before you know it, you might be inspiring other people and become a coach yourself. I would love to talk to you about any of that stuff. That's why this stuff is so important to me. I would love to talk to you. Again, Coach Tyler D with X Active Fitness. You can reach me at www.beachbody.com/Coach Tyler D, or hit me up on a message here on Facebook. That'd probably be the best way to do it. Alright guys, I'm rambling at this point, so I will talk to you later.